Welcome to my life as an NPC. I am Carbon Scythe, and today we're going to continue to play Coffee Talk 2 Hibiscus and Butterfly. The last episode, goddamn, that was a long one. Hour and 20 minutes just recording. I don't know how long the end product is gonna be. But yeah, let's continue, shall we? Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. World Golem Culture Center grand opening to be held in Bhutan. Ha! Lunar cell panel prototype ready for first test. Lunar cell panel, what does that mean? I don't know. I'm thinking about the reflective surface on the moon that the moon landers put there so that you can always reflect light beams off of it. Newcomer progressive elven metal band Avatar tops US music charts. So we're going to see Rachel, maybe Neil? I don't know about the World Golem Culture Center grand opening to be held in Bhutan though. But yeah, we're going to metal band, well, band. Oh right, that is Rachel because the one she's working with is a rock golem. Or something like that. So we're going to see Rachel, and I'm thinking, did I say Neil? I meant Silver. Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather is keeping quiet. Is it? Well, it's not thundering at least. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. Is that what's going to happen today, huh? Well, hello, Gala. And hide. But before we start talking to you, let's see what kind of stories we have going on here. Have you ever heard a story that wows you to try to go for your dreams because you're so inspired to do something or anything? Share your story. Ooh, he is looking for people for his new show. I'm taking an easy day because self-care is important. Don't forget to take good rest once in a while too, everyone. Very, very true. You have to look out for yourself. It's that simple. Normal schedule. Is this just your notebook? Ah, yeah, see? That's the rock golem and that's some orc. Dinner with my team. A slime and 2 humans, it seems. Oh, they're both very quiet. Good evening, Mr. Hyde. Miss Gala. Nice to see you too. How did it go at the hospital today?
Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted.
Goodness. Are you having issues with the children again?
No, that's not it. It's just...
It seems like there's something going on between these two at the moment.
Well, for starters, my fury is giving me a hard time.
The fury? Is it the full moon already?
Nope. But I sometimes get pre-fury symptoms.
Pre-fury symptoms?
Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for fury. And that changes the way they react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask. But it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches and a lot of other stuff. Small, but annoying.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well.
Is there a drink that could help you with that?
I never found one, but if anyone can come up with it, it's you, Carbon.
Since a Galahad can suit your Fury, maybe it would work pre-Fury as well.
Maybe. But I think it would need to be more
relaxing, so not so much ginger.
Like a Galahad, but with no caffeine.
And maybe blue. I wonder what that could mean. But yeah, ginger. What is in a Galahad? We did make a Galahad before, didn't we? Tea, milk, ginger. Blue pea, milk, ginger. There we go. And what do we get when we make this? A Galaxy. Okay. And there's a wolf on top of it. God damn. Galaxy. I'm assuming this is kind of like a game-specific tea, actually. Here you go. Here you go. A Galaxy for you. And we'll learn a new thing. Whoop. 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 No. Down here. And there we go. My self-summary. Veteran now working in a hospital. So a veteran, a gang member, a gangster, and a hospital worker.
Do you come up with these names on the spot, Carbon?
Ah, no. It takes a bit of soul searching to tailor it to the situation and so on.
That almost makes it sound like you know in advance what we're going to order.
Well, maybe. Call it a sixth sense.
Right. Let's see how your sixth sense tastes. Wow, this is excellent. Exactly what I needed.
Very happy to hear that. What's with the long looks, you two? Did something happen?
Actually, Carbon, guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help.
My help?
Come on, I wasn't that bad.
No, I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job.
Ugh.
But most importantly, it's not good for you. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions.
What's going on?
I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried.
There's nothing to worry about.
You say that, but then you spend entire nights looking miserable. No advice I come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as it is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit.
I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all.
You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one. Lying on the sofa, staring at the ceiling. Looking so gloomy it sucked the color out of the room. And it's not the first time either. It's a constant these days. Please, help me help him, Carbon. I'm at my wit's end.
What seems to be the problem? Mr. Hyde?
Oh, fine. The truth is, I'm bored to death. Or I would be, if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old.
What? That is not correct.
And I've never been this bored in my entire life.
You knew each other, you got to know each other in the 60s. And now it's 2023, which means you should be, at the very least, 60 years old. Interesting. You usually make it sound like you're much older.
40 years old in vampire years.
Ah, vampire years.
I'm not saying how old that is in other species' years.
Vampire years, huh? Why not just stick to the normal calendar?
Eyes on the prize, Carbon. Intervention first, gossip later.
My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde?
My job.
What was that?
My job.
Geez, sorry for asking.
Hey, no need to shout.
Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs. But modelling stopped being fun ages ago.
You did mention something like that last time. You are trying to leave modeling behind, though.
Yeah.
Is there a specific reason for that?
It's all just so brief. Back when I started modelling, people thought of fashion in a different way.
Uh-huh.
They wanted to keep their outfits for a while.
Yeah, that's true. It's very come and go now, I guess.
So they had to be elegant, well-made and versatile. Some campaigns that I featured in stayed on billboards for months. And I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. But then social media came, and it all became disposable. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts it online, and it gets attention for what? 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in, and everything's forgotten. Blink, and it's gone.
Well, it's not necessarily about the fact that social media exists, though, is it? It feels like it's something that comes with internet and availability to the internet, honestly. It's not that people lose interest, per se. It's that everyone is able to do the same thing now. Back then, as it were, he would be one of the few models working for one of the few super big brands, but now anyone can make clothes and become a model because internet really puts you out everywhere. So it's not as and social media is part of that, of course, giving everyone a place to meet each other, but it's more about interconnectability of everyone alive. If you were to remove the internet and rely on only TV, radio and magazines, then you wouldn't have a problem. This problem would not exist, essentially. So it's not the fact that the social media isn't the problem, it's the fact that everyone is able to have an input, and that is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but some things go out of style because you can't do them the same way you did things 30, 40 years ago. That's my thought, at least.
There's no bond to be built there.
Isn't that changing these days, though? With slow fashion and the like?
That's true. And people are getting into vintage clothes too. I salute that. But the reality of my job remains the same.
What about your fans? You have so many people following you.
You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond.
So, are you saying that you like to leave more of a mark? Why is that the thing, the entire thing of this game? Everyone wants to leave a mark on the world. I mean, yeah, sure, but that's not for everyone, though.
Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered, that became part of their lives in a real way.
You do know you have people in your life in a real way, right?
And not only that, but you're a vampire. You live for a long time. You could easily become this guy that have been around for centuries, that have done so many different things and affected so many different people in so many ways. It doesn't have to be one thing that you're good at, especially if you have an amazingly long life, an immortal life, you know?
People who always remember you.
That's not the same thing.
Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something.
He's not gonna like that.
That would make a real difference.
No thank you. The job still needs to be fun. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts. Did you mistake me for a hard-working vampire?
Do you see what I'm dealing with, Carbon?
It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull it over with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, that sounds good. Just make me something I like. Anything you've seen me enjoy, recently or when we first met.
What would that be? I would not know. He did enjoy the Sobo, but does he really want the same drink twice though? That's the question. SMTG. He never tried any of those. Don't think he liked anything chocolate. Green tea latte, not much. And Galahad, Russian tea, Chai Adeni. Like kaffe latte, espresso. Jahe tubruk, been busy. Similar to sweet coffee. No. Just Sobo is the only thing I can remember. I think it's a mistake, but yeah. It's the only thing I can remember. Here you go, Mr. Hyde. You seem to like this well enough.
Nice, Carbon. And you lost your
What?
bet, Hyde.
A bet?
When Hyde was wallowing in self-pity yesterday, I told him many people cared about him. And I bet you could remember what he liked, even if you gave him no instructions.
You piece of shit.
So now I get to say I was right. And Hyde gets to buy me dinner. At a place of my choosing.
Ooh.
Oh. You're going to pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you?
You know it.
Have you won other bets in the past, Mr. Gala?
Let's see. You say, Hyde.
He's won every single one of the bets we've ever made.
Jeez. So Mr. Gala knows Hyde far better than Hyde gives him credit for. Wow.
Yeah, I'm this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving on food.
Just rub it in my face, why won't you?
Ah! Hi, Lua.
Oh, hi everyone.
Hey, Lua.
Hi, Lua.
Busy night, I see.
Hi, Miss Lua. Busy and lively, just the way we like it.
That's good. And I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while. But we ended up fighting with Bailey's instead. You must be getting bored of our arguments.
It's alright. They're kinda fun to watch.
That's mean.
How are things with you two, by the way?
Just let me order before I answer. If that's alright, Carbon.
Of course. Of course. What would you like?
I spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations, so I have a bit of a sore throat. Is there anything you'd recommend for that?
Definitely something with lemon and honey.
Sounds great. I'd love a lemon and honey drink then, please.
I think it should be green tea, but let me check here first. Because you have something new. Ah, we're best friends now. The fact that I've been blood sober for 10 years now, what I'm doing with my life, currently a model, past, stock trader, entrepreneur, venture capitalist. Very money oriented. And now, oh, there was one more. Hey guys, up? Yeah, whatever. With lemon and honey. Jeesh. There we go. Boom. Get away. Green tea, lemon and honey. Will this be good? I mean, this could work with a chocolate too. Cough syrup. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's see if this works. Here you go. Some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery.
Thanks, Dr. Carbon.
And I got a new recipe and a new update. On Lua. Love the bright moonlight, believer in life without a fight. I'm a big fan of art and poetry. What am I doing with my life? Working 9 to 5 in a trading company by day, going to poetry readings and museums on the weekends, and enraptured by the forbidden fruit. Is that Baileys? Is Baileys the forbidden fruit? An elf?
This is truly lovely. Just what I needed.
That's great to hear.
My company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with everyone. Making sure it's all going according to plan.
That sounds pretty tough.
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision making. And part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it. So it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you've probably gathered that A and I have been fighting.
Yeah, and Hyde told me a little bit about it too.
Right. Well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days. And honestly, it's done me a lot of good.
Well, that's good.
The thing is, I know Bay means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'd like, and I should like them. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me, but I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed, which makes me even more annoyed. It's not great, I know.
Well, it'd be easier if we always acted rationally. If we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they?
That's true.
Although I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help.
That's the problem. I'm not sure. At first, I thought I was tired or worried. The decision-making at my job is taking a toll for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate. I don't want Babe to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that, though. But I'm realizing that might not even be the main issue.
Never seen this face on you before. I was so occupied with reading that I didn't even pay attention to your face. There we go, now I recognize you.
The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married to Bae.
I think you want a simple wedding.
But the way we're planning it, I don't know. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. There are always these big parties, very put together, very classy. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. I used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it all just feels more and more off to me.
Why don't you tell your fiancé that?
What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget?
That's up to how you communicate, isn't it?
Well, you have no reason talking about communication, Mr. Hyde. You are bad at communication.
Right, but it's still a difficult topic. We've been through so much, you all know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership. Bay wants to honor that. He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him.
I swear, you and your elf are well matched. You always worry so much about what others think, instead of working out your own wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right?
I mean, generally, yes, I get that, but how does it apply here?
What do you think it means to honor your partnership?
To celebrate it properly, for starters?
No.
Right. And who are you in that partnership with?
I believe you've met him, the blonde guy with the puppy eyes.
Right. I'm glad you remember that, because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married.
And what I meant by no is that celebrating it properly, yeah, I guess it's correct. The way he seems to be putting it is that it's up to the two of you to choose how you do it. But celebrating it properly, for me, it sounds like you have to make it big and fancy. And I was no on that. It doesn't have to be big and extravagant. It can be small and simple as long as the two of you love what it is about. And that seems to be what Hyde is going at as well.
And the strangers who put wedding pictures online.
You shouldn't talk like that.
This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it in trainers at a fast food joint if that's what you like. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours.
I still want a pretty outfit and decent food.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
But, point well taken. It's just, my family might have certain expectations.
Well, fuck them.
Did they openly say that?
No.
Then maybe they do. Or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got. I'm not saying to disinvite everyone or to fight with them or anything, but you shouldn't put their needs above your own.
I really shouldn't, should I? You've given me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde.
My pleasure.
Amazing how you perk up when you give other people advice, Hyde.
Oh! Is that your new calling? Are you going to become a psychologist, a therapist of sorts?
Maybe you should become a therapist.
Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I did say I might become a couples counselor. But I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite
exactly
tactful enough for that.
Are you looking to change careers, Hyde?
Well, he's bored of modeling. Finds it too impermanent. Wants to leave a mark. Wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary.
Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you could make modeling fun again?
I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago.
Vampire or human years?
What happened then?
I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer, and she wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio, liked the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup. Then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like it since the 60s.
My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that?
Yep, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light. And also because it was a slower experience. Something that would allow us to connect more. At first, I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual. Posing, switching, posing some more. But something felt different. Then I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that.
Is that unusual?
Yep, most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing, and that she was wasting her money. But we had a great time, and we got kind of friendly, I guess, because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her. Then she suggested I come with her to her darkroom.
Is that an invitation, or, I mean, that is how things were done back then. But is that an invitation or for real?
Watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out.
It was for real.
You did always have a fondness for dark places.
Comes with the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know? A me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck with me the most. It's the care she put into processing each frame. Working each picture through the chemical baths. Hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait. When she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera. And it was the first time she really liked a portrait someone took of her.
Well, that's nice.
I'm in a weird place these days. It's not like me to tell these kinds of tales.
Maybe, well, not a wedding photographer, but a photographer of sorts.
Or to launch into soppy monologues, really. Just forget it.
No, I think it's a beautiful story. And it gives me an idea, I think, of another career for you.
Please share, Lua. You'd be doing both of us a solid.
Go on then.
Well, maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently. But apparently, film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's what you said, it captures the light beautifully. And it's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that?
Who? Me?
No, the other vampire who's looking for a new line of work.
Fucking idiots.
I think you've got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month.
Well, forget about it then.
You could still become a photographer.
No. Don't forget about it at all. It would be perfect for you. Come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental. And you love to chat people up.
Oh.
You'd solve all of the bridesmaids' drama and offend the parents.
That's absolutely perfect.
But most importantly, you do something for these people that they'll never forget. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is.
You're assuming they won't get divorced.
I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua.
It's alright. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life.
That career in the Mafia is really looking up.
You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep on my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay?
Yeah, alright.
That's my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Thanks again, Hyde. And good luck. I hope your next adventure is a good one.
It will be. Good night, Lua.
Good night, Carbon.
See you later.
Good night, you two. Well, what do you
Here we
say?
go again. Last one sitting.
Indeed. Proper night owls.
You didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right?
Oh, look, he's so nervous about it. He kind of want to try it out. That's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. It sounds like you enjoy the whole film photography experience. And you do like being around people, don't you?
I do. Sometimes. But I'm not a romantic. People get married, they think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way. And then, next thing you know, oh, I don't want to sound too depressing.
So you don't believe in love? Oh, that felt very Swedish. So you don't believe in love?
Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone, to enjoy their company. You can do that for years, with friends, family, lovers, but at the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person, and they're still them. There's no two souls becoming one. Not really. I'd know. The one time I tried, it really didn't work out.
But do you regret trying?
No, I guess I don't. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me space to build other relationships that work much better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it, willing to share their lives so closely, even if for most of them it won't pan out, there's something beautiful there. Like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame.
Dude!
Or a flower bloom like it will never wilt. Well, in my case I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, for that minute, when I said we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive.
If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating. And something worth helping other people celebrate.
You're a tricksy one, Carbon. And I'm too tired to fight your logic, which means it's time for me to head back.
Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say, I appreciate our one-to-one chats. I hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here.
Oh, it's plenty comfortable for sure. Besides, well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it?
Boils down to what? I don't know, but let's see what. Why did I get an update so late? Guess where I am? 'Cause sure as hell I don't know. Ha ha ha. Well, didn't need that.
The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness Gala is from a long-living species. But even then, he'll grow old before I do, eventually. The world will change 100 times, technologies will die out, new technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now, in a century, maybe 2. And Lua and Gala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me. But you will. Am I right, Carbon?
Oh! Shit! You know about me. That is very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde.
Hey, you've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return.
I suppose that's true.
So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. To continuing our story, it's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me.
Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We'll make sure it's not misplaced.
I know you will. And on that note, I guess I'm going to go browse for
Why
some
am
film
I receiving
cameras.
updates this late?
What's the worst that can happen?
What are you just saying now? Oh. Okay. Yeah, they're cute together. Stupid, they're cute. Indeed.
Take care of yourself, friend.
And you as well. The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde. But some of us will. God damn. Tea hair rosella, steeped with roasted ginger with a touch of honey. Perfect for rainy evenings. Hey. So we are getting closer and closer to revealing ourselves to the world. Who we are, what we are, where we come from and all that. Yeah. And yeah, that's cool and all. But it kind of makes me think about how any future games would look like if they were to remove the whole coffee talk scenery. And how far into the future can me and Mr. Hyde go exactly? This was a very nice episode. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And if you want to watch anything else that I've been doing so far, you can watch. Look at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, I just feel a bit more wholesome at the moment. So goodbye, guys, and remember, just because you're not the main character, it doesn't mean you're not important. Goodbye, everyone.